Hey, what is going on, guys? This is SMEB Reviews, and it's time to review a concert that I went to, which was Bleachers and Bishop Briggs. Let's get to it. Alright, let's start with the opening act, Bishop Briggs. So, honestly, she did pretty good. She was very exciting and had a lot of energy, and that's what you want for an opening act. She had a lot of energy and was running around the stage and having a lot of fun with it, and that was refreshing to see. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And honestly, it was a very fun show, but everything got kind of repetitive because, in my opinion, all of her music kind of blends together. No, obviously, I do not think literally every song is the same, but a lot of the songs would start and I'd think that it's one song and it ended up being another one. So by the end of her set, it just kind of got a little old hearing these same songs that all kind of blended together. Now, obviously, some of these songs do stand out, but for the most part, unfortunately, it was a little hard to get through the whole set. One, because obviously I was there for Bleachers, but it was just a little repetitive. And also, her primary move on stage is just running from one side to another. So while it's entertaining for the first couple songs, eventually it gets old because she's just running back and forth. She did have a lot of energy, though, like I said, and she definitely was enjoying it herself, and her vocal performance was still really good. I was actually curious whether live her voice would be as good as it was on the album with that much power, and honestly it was. She actually did very good, and I was impressed with her voice. But above all, it was not the highlight of the show by any means. It was alright, though. It just was not the best. Alright, so then was Bleachers, and honestly, it was a great show. All of the musicians that were with Jack were extremely entertaining and all had their own personalities and did their own stuff. The drummers did kind of fade into the background, but the two multi-instrumentalists, one that particularly played bass often and the other that played saxophone often, they were both very entertaining and had a lot of fun with the crowd. They'd walk around and entertain the crowd, and that's enjoyable to watch, and it gave them a personality, and it was fun to watch them. Both of the drummers were not bad, and they all performed excellently, but they did not have as much personality. But I also think it's hard to have as much personality when you're a drummer because you're obviously stuck behind the set, and you can't do very much. But there's one person I did not talk about, and that's Jack. He did such a good job. Jack Antonoff is a extremely entertaining performer, and just you can tell by watching him, he loves being on stage and getting to perform. He has so much energy and has so much fun with it and is moving all around, and he's kind of dorky, but that's just gives him this endearing sense because he doesn't care. He's just performing and having fun with it and enjoying himself, and that's really refreshing to see when a lot of artists just kind of get on stage and are a little static. And while you could we can assume that they're enjoying it, it's not always as noticeable, whereas Jack Antonoff really seemed like he was enjoying it. And you can tell that he's friends with everyone on that stage. He would look over and just be laughing during a guitar solo or something, and just and making faces at the different people on stage. Honestly, it was very entertaining, and you could just see that there was so much chemistry within that group, and just so much joy to actually be performing, and it was not a chore for them, and that's really entertaining and refreshing to see. I mean, you can just tell that he's having so much fun. He's running around, climbing on things. Him and the multi-instrumentalists would all get on the speakers and just have a good time, and you could tell that while some of these songs are very emotional for Jack, he still does feel them, and you could see that he was having a lot of fun with it just because he was there with all these people that had the same mentality, and it was a very welcoming environment. Now, to really demonstrate what the relationship is between this group of people, eventually Jack and Evan have a solo battle where Jack's playing the guitar and Evan's playing the saxophone, and they both were having a very good time. They would go back and forth trying to see who could do better, and it was definitely a show of how much they enjoyed doing this and how much they enjoyed being on stage and just the camaraderie amongst the group. It was really entertaining, and it was fun to see because for me, I really think that it's a good thing when artists don't just stick to song, exactly how it was recorded. I like it when they mix it up, and this obviously was different, and Jack is very good about that. He'd talk, he'd have conversations, and they'd just mix up the songs, even if it was just shortening a song to lead right into another one. It was very entertaining, and I think they honestly did a very good job. The set list is actually a very good set list. They chose 8 songs from Gone Now, 7 from Strange Desires, and then did 3 covers. One was Happy Birthday. Could have lived without that one, but it's alright. It was Happy Birthday for one of the drummers. But I was really happy with the mix of Strange Desires and Gone Now songs. I think it's appropriate because obviously he is touring for Gone Now, but he did still throw in a good portion of Strange Desires to play both albums, and I think that was very good. He did not just focus on promoting his new album. It was pretty mixed, and he got out almost every song that most people would have wanted to hear. There were obviously some missing, but they only have about maybe 8 songs that were not played in total that they've recorded, so they're not missing very many, honestly. The other 2 covers was Carry On by Fun. Obviously, he was the guitarist of Fun, and then a tribute to Tom Petty, American Girl, which was very touching. It was an acoustic set. They did a couple songs acoustically. Both of those covers were acoustic, and honestly, it was a very touching cover for and tribute for Tom Petty, and it was very enjoyable. I enjoyed getting to see it, and I did not know that he was going to be doing that because I refused to look up any set lists, and it was a very enjoyable acoustic set, and I thought that was different because, again, as I said, I think it's good when they mix up what they do from albums, because if you just wanted to hear what was on the albums, you just listen to the albums. So mixing it up and having fun with it is what's important, and they definitely did a great job at that. Overall, it was a very good set. Bishop Briggs, while not the best, was still entertaining, and Bleachers was absolutely fantastic, with such joy and just entertaining qualities about them. It was truly a great concert, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot. Do you guys have any suggestions for any videos, either format-wise or just videos you'd like me to do? Please leave them down in the comments below. It really means a lot that you watch my videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later.